Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics. We are continuing the breakdown of this side of the fish room so that we can build the gallery. Now we've already done the Nano Nook. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it in the upper right hand corner as well as in the description below. So we took care of part of it, but that was really all prep work because ultimately we need to break down all of these tanks behind me. Today what we're going to do is we're going to tackle these two 40-gallon breeders along with the three 33-gallon longs on this wall. By the way, these tanks, if you're in the area, will be available for pickup at the GCCA meeting and or the Greenwater Swap later this month, both in the Chicagoland area. So anyway, we've got to break down these aquariums. Now let me show you what's in there right now. All right, so it's in these aquariums right now, fish that are going to need to move. We've got this awesome guy here. This is a red spot gold severum. He's going to go in that 75-gallon for right now down there because the only thing that's in there really is that albino heckelei along with a few other smaller fish and a couple plecos. So he should be fine there. And then, I don't know if you can see it, there's a tail there right underneath the wood. These guys are really, they love to hide. But there are, believe it or not, like 4 or 5 red-tail botia. They're kind of like clown loaches, only smaller and red instead of orange and black stripes. But those guys are going to go in there as well. And then there is a pair, a male-female pair of crebensis, and I think we're going to put those in the other side of the fish room somewhere down there. So that's what's going on there, but we got to get all the stuff, the decorations out of this tank. We have to get the fish out, and then I can go ahead and drain it. The other thing that I'm thinking about doing is I'm probably going to keep this substrate. I know with the algae on the glass, it doesn't look like much, but this is actually a really cool substrate, and Joanna thinks she might be able to use it in a future aquarium. And it's not only there, it's in this aquarium as well. This is where the Hemichromis exual were. We sold those at a swap, and the only fish that I believe is still in here is maybe a couple bristlenose plecos, but it's got the same substrate there. And so this one will be really easy to basically drain because there's not much in here. There's a massive anubias that's like one big giant anubias with a rhizome that's like a foot long. So there's that. And then we got the 33 longs, and it's going to be kind of hard to film these just because I'm so close to the tanks and there's a furniture in the way. Let's start up here, I guess. So up here, there's just a few Galaxy Rasboras left. Those will go on the other side. Got to get the rocks out of there. We'll drain that one. Down here, we have, let me see if I can go to the other side over here, a little bit easier to see. We have some Chili Rasboras. There might be a few Habrosus cories left. We've got a tank on the other side because these are fish that go to swaps. So it's hard to believe, but when we first brought these in, there was, I don't remember exactly, maybe 600, 500, 600 of these fish in this tank. And now we're down to like maybe 50 or so. So those are going to go in a tank across the way in the other side of the fish room, and then we'll drain that one out. And then finally down here, this was the aquarium that had the Guaianacara sturgiosi and also had the Cryptoheros nanoluteus. Well, the Cryptoheros nanoluteus had some offspring, and there's at least 3 of them in here. There's 2 right here. I know I saw another one this morning. This tank has already been basically cleared out because we had to catch the other fish that were in this aquarium, the adults. We had to catch them for the swap last week, and so all we really have to do here is pull, I think, the 3 or 4 fish that are in here, the smaller ones. We've got a place for them on the other side. They will move to the swap or the GCCA meeting next week or this coming weekend. And basically that's our plan for this video, is to just but break down these 5 tanks. And ultimately we're actually getting close to doing some building, believe it or not, because once we get rid of these 9-10 gallons and break them down, I have access to this wall. And once I have access to the wall, I can fix it up. I can make it the way we want. And there will be a 75-gallon pretty much going right where these 33 longs are. So, and that can actually start the building of the gallery. All right, so I'm going to start with these two 40s behind me. I've got to drain them down. In the meantime, I'm going to get the rocks out, the wood out, the fake plants, the real plants. All that stuff is going to be cleared out. I will gravel vac as I go as well because, like I said, I think we're going to reuse this substrate on the other side at some point in the future. Let's get started. All right, everybody. The red-tail botillas, it was hard to see them in that tank. They're going to be a little bit easier to see, but they'll still have hiding spots. Eli's going to go ahead and dump them in right now. We caught them out pretty fast. We did the old 2 nets. And here they come. They're big. And there they are. So it's like a clown loach, only blue with a red tail. Hide a little bit more than the clown loaches do, a little bit more. And like I said, this 75-gallon is also eventually going to be going away as well. But it's going to be at least a month, maybe more. So not a big deal that these guys are going to be in here along with our Severum, who needed more space anyway. So he's going from a 75 or a 40 breeder to a 75-gallon along with the red-tail botillas. And we're still working. All right, everybody, this is called progress. We now have the 40 breeders off the stand. And so here they are. Joanna's sister, who doesn't want to be on camera because she's still a little camera shy. What? Do it again. There's her hand. All right, so that's Joanna's sister, and otherwise known as Dee Dee, Deanna. She is cleaning out those 40s because she's a nice lady. All right, so this is the top 33 long. Eli is in there catching out the few Galaxy Rasboras we had left in there, 10, 15, something like that. I think he might be done. We got a couple hoses running. We got a couple more tanks to do. It's getting late, but I think we'll get it done tonight. And I get to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so in 7 hours I'm going to be up. All right, so once again, Eli is catching a bunch of fish. These were all the chili rasboras and a few Habrosus cory cats that we had left. These will all go in a tank on the other side, a holding tank, so that we have them available for when we do the meeting next week and also the swap next month. This top 33 has been drained. We just need to clean that one up. This one is in the process of being drained, and then we'll just have this one down here left to go. All right, so here we are. The top 33 is done. All the fish are moved out of the 33s. This one's almost done draining. The bottom one I just started. It's going to take a while because it's a little bit closer to the floor. So these are it. I may save the actual cleaning of these 3 tanks until tomorrow morning because it's getting kind of late and I need to get up. So probably tomorrow afternoon I'll go ahead and actually clean these 3 out. Well, I wanted to show you the progress. It's actually a couple days later. I lied, it's not the next day. But we did get the 40s cleared out. We did get the 33 long stand cleared out. And then Eli did the 10-gallon stand. And so he's got most of this cleared out. I know it's hard to see because now we don't have any lights here. The sponge filters are all gone. So let me see if I can get a little bit better view. And so, yeah, they're all cleared out. Rinsed out, we'll clean them up. But it's coming along fast. And so now the next step, and I didn't think we'd be tackling this for at least another few weeks, is this stand here. This is the dual, or the 20 longs and 29 stand. And so the challenge with these fish is going to be we want to keep pretty much almost all the fish that are in here, and we're going to have to find a place for them. I think, because they're all so very, very small, I think I have a place for most of them. That top tank in the upper left, I'm pretty sure we're just going to move it over to the other side almost as is. Joanna will clean up the hornwort up there a little bit. A little bit of the algae, she'll probably just clean it up a little. And then that will just go over to the other side. This 29, the bucket's in the way, sorry. That's the one I am most concerned about because the crypts are just really taking off in that tank, and there's runners all over the place, and we've even got some floating from other tanks that we just broke down. That's the one tank where I don't think we're going to be able to keep it as a 29, and even if we were, we don't really have a place for it like that, so I think we're going to have to move all of those crypts somewhere else. So this is the next thing in line. I think at this point we're looking at probably the end of the week, and we'll get that done, and then remarkably, it's these 4 tanks over here, the 255s and 275s. And once those are done, we're really at the breakdown stage. We're really close to being done because the only other thing is this 50-gallon lowboy and the 150 over there. But those can actually wait. I really just need access to the walls. And later on, it's going to break my heart to do this, but these, like I've been saying, these stands will not fit up the stairs. I built them down here. So it's going to be getting the jigsaw out and cutting them apart so I can get them out of the house and into the garbage, unfortunately. So but it's going to be nice. I'll have access to this wall. I can start fixing that up. And then the rest of the fish room, it'll be pretty close to being done.